All right, I want to thank you for coming in
How
today.
you doing today?
are
I'm Marcus Harris.
you're Marcus Harris. All right, and you're here to interview for the job. Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you for having me.
Would you give me your resume, please? I don't think I got one.
Okay, here you go.
All righty, and excuse me, why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself while I look this over.
Like I said earlier, I'm Marcus Harris. Well, I decided that computing was my field once I was like about 7 years old. I had like a small little HP compact, and I was so amazed with it that I would try to create even my own little website back when I was 7 years old because I was so amazed with the MSN back then, the email. I was even amazed with Minesweeper. So
What Windows programs were you running at that time?
back then I was running it was a Windows Me computer, so we was running our browser was Windows Explorer, I think 5, and we were still using MSN Explorer and Microsoft Word 95. So it was very basic programs, but I still managed to like learn the ins and outs of it.
You know, I don't mean to be rude to you, but you've still got a little error in your resume. You should clean this up.
Okay, what's
Okay.
there?
You can proofread it later.
Okay.
I'll mark it for you. So let me see. You've done some work in the field. You've been an information intern. Tell me a bit about that position.
Well, being an information senior intern at the Information Technologies at San Xavier really opened my mind to grasp of more of the information technology side, like help desk and workstation specialist side. I was tasked with several duties like answering phones, resetting passwords, removing viruses and malware off a faculty and staff computer. When it was time for them to upgrade, imaging their computers to a different operating system and backing up all their files and transferring their files back to the new computer and then installing the new computer in their office. And
It sounds like you got to do a lot. How long did you do this?
I'm still there, but I've been doing this since October 2010.
Okay. Would you have good references from them if we called and talked to them?
Yes, everybody at the IT services likes me, and I'm pretty good friends with them.
How about your boss?
Yes,
They like you.
yes,
Okay. And you're friends with them?
yes.
Okay. All righty. All righty. I was just looking at your technical proficiencies. Have you started to run Win 8 yet? Where a lot of people are talking about that.
Yes, I have did a few things with Windows 8. I didn't put it on my resume because I wouldn't say I'm not very proficient with it yet because I just started to get my hands on it. I learned how to launch the internet browser to create like simple charts and work the PowerPoint, but I'm just starting to grasp Windows 8. I just put it on my home computer, so I'm starting to.
Okay. So everything on your resume, then I can take it you feel very proficient in. That's the reason you put it down.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's a little different. Some people stretch the truth a bit. I have to congratulate you on being so honest. Okay. So why don't you tell me what was the biggest job you had or the biggest achievement you had with this technology intern position?
The biggest achievement I had in that in the IT service desk field, I was responsible for updating and re-imaging a whole nursing lab by myself because we were short on staff that day.
How many workstations were in the lab?
There was 26 workstations in the lab.
Okay, and how did you do the imaging?
We had there was Macs, so we had brought a MacBook in there with us on a cart and Ethernet router. So I had to plug up all the Macs into the Ethernet router and then send the patch and make sure that none of the computers are turned off or if every computer was taking the patch successfully. And then after they took the patch successfully, I had to run updates and make sure the image hold and that the lab was
Now,
good to go.
did you get that all in one day?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And everything was successful? There were no machines which refused the install or the patch or anything?
Uh, there were a few machines that refused, but I re-imaged it and got it done by the end of the day, end of my shift.
Okay. Did anybody help you with that?
No, I did an 8-hour shift that day, and we were short on staff, so they was just assigning us by lab. So I was the only person in the lab that day.
So they must really trust you then.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Did you have training to do that particular job? How did you know to do all of this?
When I first joined, they gave us it wasn't really a formal training. It was just a brief, like a kind of like a ride along. They would show me everything how to do, and they would then say, practice this, and then after I would practice, and then they would say, well, they would give me the goal to say I was doing this sufficiently that I can go on and do it myself and teach other interns how to do it.
Oh, so you have sort of a job sharing environment?
Yes.
Okay. So do you like to work in groups, or do you need to work in groups? If we gave you a lot to do alone, would you feel comfortable? Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for in a work environment.
I prefer to work in both. If there is a group, I can work in groups. I can make sure that my job is done, my part of the group is done, and then if I'm being successful in my part of the group, I can take it. I can help everybody else in my group so we can all achieve one goal. And working by myself, as long as I have the efficient training, I can do it by myself and still get the same results.
Okay. All righty. What about asking you to do some work where we can't give you training?
Well, then I will have to research how to do the task myself, and then once I research the task and feel efficient into
How would you do that?
if it's like a task where imaging or databasing or workstation specialist, I will go off my training that I received at the intern position, and I will go off my education that I got at St. Xavier, and then if that's not efficient enough to perform the task, then I will go towards the end and then collectively use all that information and complete the task.
Okay, that sounds fair to me. Have you had a situation where you've been asked to train people, things that you know how to do that they had not done yet?
Yes, every time, since it's a position at school and it's an intern position, I'm a senior intern, so every year they bring in someone else because there's constantly people graduating. So once they bring in new interns, like I said before, there's no formal training, so they will ask me to tape them when I'm going to remove viruses or image a new computer, to take them with me. So I will show them how to do this, so that once they know how to do it and that's sufficient enough, then they can learn how to do it by themselves, and we can have more people doing more things than just having two people do one thing.
Okay. Now, with this job, did you manage yourself or were you managed by others?
It's the way it's set up is that you come in and we use a system called Track It, and you will come in and sometimes you will have a supervisor say, well, I need you to take care of this computer at this part of the building, then you can do it like that. But most of the time you come in and you check that system, track it, and you'll find work tickets yourself to go out and fix people's computers. And then once you come back, you will report on your progress.
Okay. So, did they give you any reviews at this job?
Yes, they do. They do mid-year reviews and end-of-the-year reviews at the end of the year, and then they evaluate your performance and evaluate how customers perceive you too, and then they all take that into consideration if they want to rehire you back for the next semester or the next year.
Okay. Did you ever have a problem in this job where something was really difficult, didn't work out the way you thought it was going to?
Yes. When I first got there, imaging it didn't seem so easy that I thought it would be. I thought it would be just popping in the CD, but it is that you have to, when you image in a computer, you have to pick the right file drive, and you gotta pick the right location for the image to go. Or if you don't do that, the image will be bad. So that was a difficulty for me at first, but as I watched someone else do it and grasp the concept, and appeared successful in that.
Is there anything you don't like about the work you're doing?
No, I love everything I'm doing.
Oh, okay, that's unusual. How's school going for you?
School is going pretty well for me. I'm liking all my computer classes and my general education. I'm liking it, but it's not really what I want to do. Computers is really my calling. So, but other than that, the school is going pretty well.
What kind of grades are you getting?
In my computer classes, I'm averaging about a 3.1. In my other classes, I'm averaging about a 2.8. So, in my computer classes, in the field I'm trying to go into, that's above average, but everything else is just below average.
Okay. Do you ever get stressed out on the job?
No,
Nope, never?
never.
So you don't have any way to deal with stress. If we stress you out, you're not going to know what to do about that?
With the job, I don't get stressed because I like what I'm doing, but like other things, when I do get stressed, I just step back and take a look at the whole situation and then grasp it and say, well, this is not the worst it can get, and step back and really just take like a couple deep breaths and then complete the task. The task will get done.
And you've never had this happen to you before?
Not at the workplace, no.
Oh, all righty. You're going to be moving from the world of a little work and some schooling to the world of a lot of work. Do you anticipate any problems with moving to full-time work?
I don't really anticipate no problems because after the summer, after the semesters are over, the intern position, they offer you a summer job, and with that is you basically working full time. You work 8 hours a day and 30 hours a week, so it's like you are full time, and they expect you to be there at a certain time. You get the hour lunch. So the only problem that I would see that's going into the workforce, from the live workforce into the career force, is that is the training going to be efficient? By the time I graduate, I should see the training that all the training that I receive will be efficient for my career. But different career have different training, so that's the only drawback I see with going from the small workforce to the big workforce.
Okay. How do you feel about overtime?
I feel if it's needed, I can work the overtime.
Okay. Do you have any obligations right now which would keep you from being fully committed to our job?
No.
Okay. Would you mind weekends or holiday shifts occasionally?
No.
Okay. No, you wouldn't do it? Or?
No, I wouldn't mind doing it.
No, you wouldn't mind. All right. Just need a complete answer there. Okay. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Do you want to move up?
Yes, I see myself in a couple of years, if not moving up through the ranks, like as a manager. I see myself just playing my part inside the company that I'm doing. If I'm offered a workstation specialist in a couple of years, if I'm not offered a manager position in a workstation specialist, I would still give 110%, like I had the promotion in the same position that they had offered me years prior.
Tell me the 3 best things about you.
The 3 best things about me is I'm poised, I'm always on time, I'm dedicated to anything I do, and I'm always committed.
Anything else?
No.
All righty. That's good. Do you have your references? Can I look at those?
Yes.
Ah, thank you. Which one was your supervisor that I could talk to?
Rolla Hoffman.
She was your supervisor.
Yes.
All righty. And this was your professor, Dr. Appel?
Yes.
Okay. Who are these other people?
Jose Venegas is he was my supervisor at the CBP Explorer program, so he was over me over that. And Ronald Mason was
What was the CPB?
It's on my resume that I had achieved the rank of captain in the CBP Explorer program, U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
What's
program.
that?
Well, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Explorer program is it's like in sync with the Boy Scouts of America. They prepare youth to like for a career in law enforcement. They travel all over the world and they show you what CBP do on a regular basis. They show you like how to tell if a document is fraudulent. Give you law enforcement training on how to always be aware of your surroundings. Just more law enforcement.
Okay. And who is this last person?
Ronald Mason he was also my supervisor at the New Foundation of Hope.
The New Foundation of Hope.
When I was a camp counselor.
Ah, when you were a camp counselor.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yes, I like helping people generally, and when it came to I like helping people generally, but in that job I was helping kids, so I felt like that I was making a real big impact, sharing all the information I had if it came to my school information from the CBP program or just from my intern position.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I just want to tell you that I'm a pretty good person for the job application. I'm very dedicated and committed to the task at hand. I don't see nothing that will hold me back from doing any. I don't see nothing that will hold me back from completing any task that I will make a counter, and I can get along with anybody. I have never met a person I didn't meet. I just don't find people different.
Okay. All right. Well, then I want to thank you for coming in.
All right, could I have a business card?
Sure.
Thank you for having me.
Ta-da.